Hey, my beautiful G3 family. What's good? What's going on? What's poppin'? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Or whichever day this video decides to bless your timeline. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, being here, and rocking out with your sis. We're going to hop into some Hennessy, G3, and you already know how it go. Part 1 right here. But if you want part 2, you're gonna have to subscribe right here on IG, or join me over on Patreon, or become a member on YouTube. That's only if you want part 2 though, okay? Shout out to all of my subscribers, all my patrons, and all of my members. Thank you so much for your continuous love and support. Thank you for allowing me to be along this journey with you and being along the journey with me. Thank you so much. So if there's anybody that want part 2 of this Hennessy, become a member, subscribe, become a patron, join the family, join the movement as we move on up, G3, because it's up. It never stops. You already know. We just gonna keep rising to the top. Hey. So part 1 of the Hennessy right here, G3. Part 2, you know what to do. So let's hop right on in. DEATH. My God. Death is out here, G3. They're delusional. Everyone can see it. Stuck in a false reality. It's death all around somebody. And I feel like somebody is maybe acting like it's not happening. They're delusional. Oh, nothing is falling apart. Nothing is dying. Everything is good. And it's like everybody can see that somebody's living in some type of false reality right now. But okay. To each their own. You like it, I love it. But I'm over here in reality, while you over there in delusion. Yeah, I feel like people are allowing somebody to be in their delusional state all by themselves right now. People right now allowing energies to live in their delusional state. I'ma just be over here with it. I'ma be over here in reality, in the truth of the matter. What's happening here, mother? What's the tea? Make it spicy. I don't know, not too spicy. I don't know. Well, actually, I've been liking them spicy margaritas lately, so yeah, make it spicy. Death. I don't know if it get any spicier than that, right? What's happening? Thank you, mother. You went through a spiritual awakening and activated your Christ consciousness. So somebody here is either going through some type of spiritual awakening right now as we speak, or you already went through some type of spiritual awakening and activated your Christ consciousness. Congratulations. I know that was a lot. They tried breadcrumbing you and you walked away. See, when you awaken to your truth, when you awaken to your divinity, you're not just going to accept anything from any of your body. I tell you that right now. Once you realize your power and your strength and the position that you hold and you know who you are, once you realize that, it's like, please get on up out of here. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting breadcrumbs. Okay? I know what I deserve. I know what I want, and that is not it. Okay? If you stay, I will. Why? So you can breadcrumb me? Somebody is trying. So you walked away from somebody that was breadcrumbing you because you awakened to what they were doing. Okay? You awakened to the fact that somebody was in your energy trying to breadcrumb you, trying to give you less than what you deserve. And now this energy wants you to stay. I feel like somebody's trying to love bomb you at this time. Somebody wants you to understand. I wasn't trying to breadcrumb you, but you went through a spiritual awakening and activated your Christ consciousness, so you know that is a lie. Somebody wants you to believe a lie so bad so that you will stay. They want you to believe that whatever they did, they didn't mean to do it. It was, I didn't know I was breadcrumbing you. But they did. And they enjoyed the fact that you didn't know at one point that you were getting less than you deserve here. But G3, yeah, you went through that spiritual awakening. You activated that Christ consciousness. Breadcrumb who, where, what? Nah, I'm out. I'll stay if you'll stay. I'm not staying. How can I get you to stay? You can't. That's over. You're very wise and intelligent. Yeah. You're too darn smart, okay? Okay, you're an astute, organized, confident, highly principled, strong character. I feel like that's what you have awakened within yourself. This very wise and intelligent being or soul that you are. You activated your wisdom. You activated your intelligence. You activated your confidence. You activated the strong character, and you activated these strong morals. What's happening here? But there is somebody in the energy that wants you to stay, even though they was breadcrumbing you. I promise I won't breadcrumb you anymore. Black magic, but that is an illusion. Delusional. This energy is delusional to think that you'll stay with them after you realize that they was trying to breadcrumb you. And you're like, okay, well, you be over there. Somebody, oh, I wasn't breadcrumbing you. Oh, I wasn't. So this is like an argument. Somebody want to fight. Oh, I wasn't doing this. Oh, I wasn't doing that. Somebody wants to, you know, when you fight with somebody, and I was just talking about this last night. When you fight with somebody, sometimes it's not only about just being angry. It's about like that person wants to see if you still care. You know, people sometimes they fight because they still care. You know, and this is that energy. They wanna go back and forth because they know that if you go back and forth, that means that you care, that there is still some type of care there. Okay? Somebody wants you to still care. Everything is about to crumble down. Business, family life, money. And that's because, yeah, this is somebody's life is falling apart for breadcrumbing you. Okay? Purposely. Forgive them for they know not what they do. Somebody was purposely in your energy doing something, and they knew that maybe you weren't awakened enough to pick up on what they were doing. Somebody wasn't counting on you awakening to yourself, your higher self. Not awakening to what they were doing. Somebody was using black magic, maybe to cloak their energy. Okay, so you can't see the truth of who they are. You can't see the truth of you know, what they're about and their motives and stuff like that. You know, they're cloaking themselves. But, you know, and when you are, you know, spiritually asleep, you can't really see when there's people trying to get over on you, or people using you or abusing you, or people, you know, taking you on some type of spiritual roller coaster. Like sometimes you can't really see that when you're still asleep to a lot of things, to the reality of life. This is how people really giving it up out here. You'll still be, you know, caught up in titles and caught up in, oh, they wouldn't do that. You'll still be thinking that, oh, because I'm not like this, people aren't like this. I don't do this to people, so why would they do that to me? But you really have to go through some type of spiritual awakening and realize that, oh, it doesn't really matter about how good you are, okay? That would not stop somebody from attacking you or stop somebody from trying to get over on you or misusing you and abusing you. Actually, it makes them want to do it more. It's like weird. It's just like, you know? But you have to awaken. You have to awaken to this truth, okay? It's time to leave the past in the past. Going from your south to your north node, ascension and elevation. Exactly. I feel like you really you really elevated here. Went through some type of ascension. This is somebody from your past here. Let me blow my nose, you three. Hold on. That's better. So, yeah, anyway, you're leaving behind, or you're leaving whoever this is in the past. This delusional individual. That's why the DEATH was there. Something is over. Okay, after your spiritual awakening, you realize what was going on. This could be like a divorce. This could be like just something really coming to an end here. There is maybe, and this is somebody who wants to, they don't want you to go or something like that. They don't want you to leave the past in the past. Look, we have unfinished business. It's not over between us. Forced contracts. Like this is somebody who's trying to force a contract with you. Somebody wants to force something. now that you are going from your south node to your north node and you're not accepting breadcrumbs. Somebody's trying to force something. They're trying to force a fight, force you to stay, and that's because everything is crumbling around them. This is somebody who wants you to go down with them. Somebody wants you to go down with them. They don't want to go down by themselves, something like that. All they do is gossip and spread lies. They specialize in talking behind your back. This is somebody who they're trying to force something because they don't want people to laugh at them. They don't want to look like the joke that they are. They don't want to look like a clown. Yeah. Somebody is trying to force something in your energy because they don't want to look like a clown. So are you delusional or not? I feel like somebody's playing delusional. They know that that you know, if you walk away from them, they'll look like a clown or something like that, because this is somebody who was doing a whole lot of talking about, oh, how much you needed them, how weak you were, how you'll just take anything. Oh, look at this person. Look, they need me for so much. Look, I can do this to them, but they still not gonna go nowhere. Like, this is that type of energy. Ew. What is this? It's like, this is somebody who is very abusive. Okay? Like, say you in need of something. This is somebody who would know that you're in need of something and you know, give it to you, make you work for something, give it to you, and then go around to people and telling them how much you need this or how much, I don't know, this is, or this is somebody who said, oh, you know, work for me or do this for me and I'll give you that. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, they bring something to you and then they go around telling everybody, oh, look, they came to me, they needed this, they needed that, and I did this for them and I did that for them and blah, 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 blah. Like, this is somebody who is like, you know, they're two-faced. 1 minute in front of you, they're acting one way, but behind closed doors, they're like essing on you and something like that. And this is the person that is trying to force something because they went around and told people that you was never going to leave, or you needed them, or, you know, what would you do and who would you be without them and how would you survive without them, and you know, even though they were breadcrumbing you. This could be somebody that you was working for. You doing all the work, they going around, you doing all the work, making all the ends, they taking all the money, and then going around telling people how you don't make no money for them, you don't do nothing for them, they can't get nothing from you, or something like that. But they want you to stay because everything is crumbling down around them. This is somebody who know that they need you. They need you to get something or to remain on top, or I don't know, to remain relevant. That's what it is. Somebody needs you to remain relevant. Summertime, bad news. Somebody got some type of bad news in June. Maybe you could have filed for divorce in June, walked away from something in June, called it quits, put something to an end in June. Yeah, it's over. You close out a cycle in June. Okay? Your ancient lineage goes back to ancient Egypt. Egyptian deities, Isis, Ra, Horus, Set, Oset, Nephthys. I feel like you have Egyptian lineage, okay? You have a very strong bloodline, powerful bloodline here. And I feel like, you know, once you awaken to who you truly were, you know, you realize that these family, friends, and lovers that you were around that were breadcrumbing you, they were karmic individuals. You learned that you had to leave the past in the past. This is somebody who knows that this is why they didn't want you to go through some type of awakening, because they knew that you would leave them. Somebody didn't want you to awaken to the truth of who they were, that they didn't really have much. This is why somebody was breadcrumbing you too, because they didn't even have much to give you. This is what I'm hearing. All I know is that you know that you are worth a lot more than whatever this person is providing or tried to provide or say that they can provide. You're worth so much more than the love that they've been trying to give you. Whatever this is, you're worth more than the breadcrumbing that they've been doing in your energy. And they're delusional to think that you will stay with them as something is falling down around them. When you know the truth, something's falling down because it's supposed to for you, but not for me. Part 2, G3.